Hi, we've been working in the digital mental health space for a few years now. One of the things we know is there are quite a few exciting new tools that people can use to improve people's well-being. But it's really hard to choose which ones to use. So we've put together a list of 6 easy steps just to help to decide where to go. And the first step is, don't take on too much, just choose one. Have a close look at one tool just to get yourself started. And when you look at that tool, the next thing to do is to think, is it a credible tool? Who developed it? Is there evidence for it? Which organisations are supporting that tool? And the next thing to do is to think about how well that tool looks after the privacy of the data that people put into it. Is it secure? And is that tool safe? Is it caring for people in terms of their risk? Once you've thought about that, the next thing to think about is, where are you going to fit this tool in your own processes? There are a few different ways to use tools. Sometimes you're just using them as an information source, or sometimes you're referring a client to go to that tool and use that tool. And maybe you're going to use the tool in your own work, in your own practice with people. So once you've decided that, the next thing to do is to decide, how are you going to fit that tool in terms of its data into your usual processes? How are you going to share that client data and store it safely with the other data that you collect in your everyday work? Once you're there, the next thing to do is to just practice, rehearse and get training. If you're confident in using the tool, you'll be able to be so much more useful and helpful for the person you're trying to work with. So there's an opportunity. We're presenting it to you, 6 easy steps, and you might have yet another tool to add to your toolkit, because there's lots of need out there, and what we're all focused on is improving well-being.